Hello, everyone. How are you? And we are live. Oh my God, this is so exciting. I'm Cindy Allen, your pal, editor-in-chief of Interior Design, and welcome all to week 2 of our Best of Design 2021 extravaganza. We're honoring the best of the best in design, a combination film festival that happened last week, awards platform, thought leadership, and a big old bash. We love it, bringing the community together. And this week, we celebrate the Best of Year Awards. Yay! All week long. Today is day 1, and we're honoring the next generation that will shape our world, the students. Oh, yes. First, a huge thanks and a virtual hug to our Best of Student Design sponsor, our good friends at Pottery Barn. Thank you. And after the awards, I'm going to go live with the Chief Design Officer of Pottery Barn, Monica Bhargava, a good friend of mine. So stick around, we're going to have a great chat. And finally, a thank you to Claris, who created this year's winner and honoree awards. Wait till you see them, everybody. You're going to love them. And by the way, over my shoulder, our good friends at Turf, who created this custom backdrop. I'm so lucky. All right, so everybody, listen up. We received submissions from 17 schools from 10 different countries, wowza. And we selected the best of the best. So what you're about to see are the 12 Best of Year winners from 13 different schools. Okay, you ready? So students, here are the rules of the game. I want you're wherever you are around the world, I want you to dance and shout if you win. And if you're honored, it's good too. Take selfies, be creative, and post on social using the hashtag #IDBoyAwards and tag Interior Design Mag and tag me at the Cindygram. I want to see you. We want to spread this design love around, okay? Are you ready for our Best of Year Awards? Come on, students, here we go. Yay! So let's begin with the Royal College of Art in London. And our Best of Year student winner is Susanna Feeler. By the way, Susanna just graduated in June this year. Good on you. And she designed the gratitude table. These are 2 custom-built tables embedded with reactive smart materials, which record users' movements as traces. Love that. Her material selection of choice, listen to this, bioplastics, photochromic pigments, and powder-coated steel. This project serves as an example of how experiential and functional design, like a table, can be reimagined to enhance shared encounters and magnify our responsiveness. I love that, right? Terrific way to start, you all, with gratitude. Next, let's head to the Academy of Fine Arts in Poland. And our Best of Year student is Susanna Capron. Yay, Susanna, congrats. Are you dancing? She'll be graduating in January of 2022. And she designed for us the beautiful Fala chair. So Susanna went back to the craft, designing a chair that is simple and beautiful using traditional methods of woodworking. Her material choice, ash wood and beach dowels. Fala is an elegant piece of furniture that's very sculptural, I love that, with natural materials using those traditional methods. And in this high-tech world, a little high-touch chair is very welcome indeed. Okay, our next Best of Year winner is from SCAD. Love SCAD in Savannah, Georgia. And he is Robert Adams. He just graduated in November this year. And his winning design is called Lightweight, a modern styled flat pack lamp designed to fill the role of both a small occasional table lamp and a household task lamp. By the way, he's so clever thinking about it being flat packed. I love that. His material of choices are, he's got hardwood that could be customizable, sheet metal, mylar, plastic lamp, and socket components. Don't forget the socket components. Its customizable finishes and small profile facilitates flexible placement in a variety of home or office settings. And it was designed for easy production and easy assembly and shipping. So smart. Clean lines, geometric form. Well, this may be called lightweight, but Robert sure isn't one. Congrats, Robert. All right, next, we go to Italy. So from Fabrica Research Center in Treviso, Italy, we have Jonathan Bocca. He just graduated in July. Congrats, by the way. And his product is called, listen to this, Entanglement. So Entanglement is a self-sustainable air purifier made out of tubes with spirulina inside, and the air is pumped through the tube and it comes out purified thanks to photosynthesis. How smart. His materials are spirulina, metal, rubber tube, and solar energy. The installation makes people reflect on a future where people and other organisms can live in symbiosis. Sorry. We can improve our future thanks to human technology and nature. Jonathan, this is a natural fit. Love it. And our next bright light is from Cal Poly in San Luis Obispo, and he is Varun Maniar. Varun is going to be graduating next year in June, and he designed, check it out, the AL13 dresser. This dresser idea was sparked from an interest to explore the combination of colored acrylic and aluminum. The transparency of the plastic presented a unique opportunity to showcase, he loves this, the mechanism of the drawers while providing a glimpse, just a glimpse, of what's inside. His material choices are aluminum, and in this case, yellow acrylic. But there are many other custom color and finish options, just what every designer loves, options. The result is a postmodern design highlighting the elegance of the form on the outside and the mechanical infrastructure on the inside. It makes you want to keep your things organized and looking tidy and pretty. So thanks for that. Okay, now from Cornell University in Ithaca, New York, we have J.H. Yang, who just graduated in May of this year. And she expressed herself through fashion design. The first is faces. One dress with 4 facial expressions of sadness, demonstrating not only her feelings, but also the urgency that young designers feel towards how mankind, and especially the fashion industry, have been treating the environment. And the colors were used to emphasize these strong feelings. Her materials were linen, felted wool, acrylic yarn, metal chain, and glass beads. Next is Club Kids, and the theme was gender roles. She wanted to focus on drag and the Club Kids movement and designed an exaggerated silhouette that is bold and powerful. And she used PVC structure and red tulle, lots of it. Last is Headlight. In the midst of the worldwide lockdown during the pandemic, nature has given us hope and has reminded us once again that sustainability is what will drive us towards a brighter future. The straw fabric is completely natural, juxtaposing with the completely synthetic pleated tulle. This contrast of nature versus synthetic portrays how humans have changed our world so artificially. JH, your messages are powerful, and so are your designs. Hey, we have 6 more fabulous students. James, up the music. Let's give a rousing applause to the first 6. We've got 6 more. Are you dancing? Are you happy? Are you all over the world going, oh my God, I won a Best of Year Student Award? I hope so. Congrats, you guys. We're so proud of you. All right, 6 more to go. And where are we going? We are going to, where are we going? We're going to, from the UK at the Bartlett School of Architecture at the University College in London, we have Shenzhen Chen, and he is graduating in June of 2022. And he designed the Tide of Glass, continuous glass panels for dividing space. His primary materials are glass and metal. And in his sketches, you can see he's scribbling. He says, liquid glass and hot air to create irregular patterns. The tide simulating pattern creates a graduate and a gradient of privacy and lighting. And in these days of dividers used as protection because of the pandemic, it's great to see Shenzhen experimenting with glass for both beauty, for pattern, privacy, and safety. And next, from the National Institute of Design in Ahmedabad, in India, you guys. I love India, by the way. Best of year goes to Sashi Malik. Sashi, congratulations. Okay, you're gonna love this. She's graduating in September of this year, and we are very excited by her mushroom series 3. There's 3, okay? So hang on. It's a collection that follows the journey of the 3 edible mushrooms into the world of lighting. Akin to their ability to grow in any space, on any surface and continent, each product targets a different surface to grow, and it's different, their materials and their textures, just like the diversity of the mushroom. Okay, here we go. The first is tremella, to use jute and brass. An accent light influenced by the cultivated form of the soft white translucent mushroom that grows as almost perfect spheres. The light filters from the open weave of the jute, and it can be hung on the wall, on the ceiling, or it can be an intimate table lamp. Very nice. Next on our mushroom tour is the Trumpet Royale, using terracotta and glass. It's an ambient light inspired by the growth patterns of the mushroom. And this mushroom is a metaphor for the struggle to make your own space in a dense world. And then how fun is the turkey tail? That's of silk and brass. A wall-hung ambient light fixture with shibori tie-dye on silk, mimicking the concentric pattern of the mushroom, meant to mirror the sprouting mushrooms in nature. And it has delicate freckles of light on its surface. Okay, so Sashi, thanks for harnessing your personality into such a clever idea. I mean, everyone's talking about mushrooms these days, but you designed something very unique that is ethereal, clever, and beautiful. All hail to the mushroom. Thank you. Okay, let's head over to the University of Applied Science and Art at the University of Hanover in Germany. And our Best of Year student winner is Marvin Casper, who just graduated this past January. And the name of his design is called WFH Desk, as in work from home. The project Work from Home was clearly a reaction to the current change in the world of work, dealing with the demands of the home office as we are all experiencing it right now. His materials of choice were Karun rattan and powder-coated steel tube. I want to tell you something about this rattan. It comes from the Indo-Malay expression Harta Karun, which literally means hidden treasure. It's an energy-efficient process that transforms the natural structure of the rattan palm into a high-tech material that is both sustainable and commercially profitable. Very smart, by the way. The result of this is a desk that can be adapted to the optimal size with simple movements, even adjusting for sit-stand. Beauty, function, and good for the planet. Congrats to you, Marvin, who, by the way, he loves designing simple, functional pieces, and they seem like they can go right into production. And oh, by the way, last year, he won a Best of Year as well. So congrats. And from my hometown and literally down the street from where I live in New York, Our next is from the New York School of Interior Design, and the student winner is Lucia Sakakibara. Lucia, you're going to tell me, you're going to call me and tell me how to pronounce your name. She will be graduating in December 2022, and she designed Komorabi console, inspired by the Japanese word, and it means the interplay of sunshine filtering through the leaves of the trees. That's Komorabi. This stylish console enhances the presence of nature. She chose, again, so smart these kids, sustainable materials. Water oak veneer, a highly durable wood distributed in the eastern United States. And the finish is Benjamin Moore's water-based satin finish paints. And some are featured in the color trends of their 2022 palette. I think it's so smart that she's keeping on the trends. You go, girl. And from New York. I love that. Next, from the University of Tabriz in Iran, we have Hossein Motali. And he'll be graduating in his cool shades in June of 2024. And his product is called Comfort Fireside Table and Chair Collection. A set of tables and chairs, both ergonomic and organic. Then check out that peekaboo. You see the little peekaboo slice there? It's an adjustable night light. See the light? It's red there. Very clever. His materials of choice are wood, plastic, glass, and an LED lighting system. Comfort, beauty, and technology all together. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for a fireside chat. And don't forget the marshmallows. And our last brilliant student is from the University of Southern Denmark, and she is Iona Paliak. And she'll be graduating in July of 2022. And the light she designed is called The Distant. It's the Distant Love Lamp. This is her answer to finding new ways of connecting to each other and showing affection to our loved ones while being apart during the pandemic. The lamp is a way of showing care without involving physical interaction between the users. It contains a light and a glove, you see it here, that can be used by two people. She's saying user A and user B in different contexts. And it can be in hospitals, nursing homes, and in your own home. Her material selects were laser cut plywood and frosted glass. So the lamp, user A, reacts to the glove movement of user B, lighting up, showing a heart on the screen, or turning it off, depending on the hand's gesture. Iona, we heart you. Well, there you have it. How about a round of applause? Where's the music? Round of applause for our talented students. They not only designed amazing product, y'all, but they also dealt with world issues listen to this, from sustainability to the air we breathe, to high tech and high touch, gender roles, to the number of issues we're facing with the pandemic, for goodness sakes, like isolation and how to work and how to care for one another. A huge round of applause to everybody. Yay! Hooray! I hear you. I hear you. Now, don't forget to post your win, students, and hashtag ID Boy Awards, tag at the Interior Design Mag, tag at the Cindygram, and thanks to our sponsor from Pottery Barn. And stay tuned, because right now I'm going to go live. Hang on one sec. I'm going to go live with Monica Bhargava, good friend and Chief Design Officer for Pottery Barn. See you in a minute. We're going to talk about it, all right? I'll be right back. Some of those names like this. No, I'm going to go on in a minute with Monica. Hello, hello, everybody. You just saw the best of your student design, and now we're going live to have a chat with my good friend, Monica Bhargava. She's the Chief Design Officer for Pottery Barn. Oh my God, you're there, Monica. How are you?
How are you? Good
Oh my God,
morning.
this going live is really tough. I got to tell you.
Well, you've
Monica,
done it. You've done it really well, Cindy. This past year and a half that you and I have had so many sessions, and I'm always blown away by how smooth you are.
you know, it's so funny. I was thinking about you to everybody out there. You know, those are the things that are like really so meaningful with the pandemic is that, you know, the connections and new connections that you made. I can't wait to give you a hug one day, but we literally, I feel like you're a good friend and we've never been in person. It's insane. So, Monica, first of all, thank you so much. You know, for everyone out there and all the students, Pottery Barn, the like, and William Sonoma, the big William Sonoma, but Pottery Barn, raise their hand the minute we say students. They so supportive of what's happening in the world, the next generation, and pushing design forward. Tell us a little bit about that, Monica. That inner spirit you guys have.
Williams Sonoma Inc. and Pottery Barn, as part of Williams Sonoma,
Yeah.
we just love design. We love that we're in the business of home, and people usually are happiest when they're at home. And the fact that we get to play in every aspect to enhance their quality of life, give them new ideas, help them decorate, entertain, fill sort of milestone needs, whether it's a baby or they're moving into a new home,
Right.
schools for kids. I think that it runs in our DNA. Design is our passion, product is our passion. And we design original, stylish, sort of new products at our San Francisco based headquarters. So I'm in San Francisco right now.
Yes.
And outside my office is the incredible team that I am a proud member of. And they all design amazing products. I mean, I've got beautiful, talented artwork being done for duvets.
Oh
We
wow.
have furniture being made right now, finish being looked at, different lighting uh, scenarios going up, decorating. We're right in the middle of, God, we're in the middle of you guys developing Holiday 2022. When I get done with this interview, I am racing into Holiday 2022 outside.
Wow. Wow,
So
that's amazing.
we
But
love it.
Monica, I just for everyone out there, like it's like a treasure, right? Like everyone wants to have her job. Like, I mean, talk about it's design 24/7, but also just being out in the world and seeing what the world needs and wants and how you can like fulfill that and answer to the issues that are happening in the world, which is why I love your commitment to the young, you know, to the young designers.
Well, I think that we were all there, and if
Yeah.
we don't fuel and support the young designers, we are not going to have our own future ahead of us. So, literally, I believe that um, fostering talent and nurturing talent that is exceptional at this stage is something that we owe back, and it's time for us to give back to the community of design because that design community is such a big part of our DNA at Pottery Barn.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know, it's nice to see, you know, for interior design, like when we're looking at the students, oh, looking at all the different awards, we are always trying to uh, look at the whole in our view. Our finder is different than your finder because
Yes.
you're also looking for design, but you're also looking for things that you may want to make like somehow it has to be tied into things you're making.
Yes, it has
Mine
to
is
be.
being tied into things I'm reporting on, you know.
Yes. Ours is tied into definitely commercial
Yeah.
viability that is accepted by our customers, that our customers want and love. We're solving everyday
Yeah.
needs. And that's extremely important. But I want to go back to what you said about students and young talent. And something that a lot of people don't know is that most of my top leaders today, the top design leaders in my org, all started as either interns or and most of them have been part of my journey for the past 21 years with this company. And we
Wow.
worked together for so long. And today they're vice presidents and directors and all of that. But they started out of school.
I love that. It's such an important message. I have many, also on my team, many people who started when they were young too and are still with me, which I'm so appreciative about. But it's so true that every job you have is important. And that one job could be your future. You never know. So you always have to give it your all. And
Yeah.
that's so and talk about the women, how you all support women. I mean, all, at the top down, it's a women's company.
It is, but we're very diverse. I'll have to be
Yes,
very
yes,
honest with you. Yes, our CEO, who I had the wonderful opportunity this last week to spend a couple of days, we were just out there observing the world, looking at decorations, driving around, looking at what people had done with their homes. So nice, we are very tied into it.
yeah,
Um, we spoke about just diversity of talent,
yeah,
having different artists and designers work with us. And also the power of the globe working together,
yes,
which is really what we do when we travel overseas, and none of us have for a very long time.
yes,
And
yeah,
we miss that because every
yeah,
time I would go in, you'd have the opportunity to do that. So I think the diversity of women, diversity of talent,
yes,
all of that is something I think this organization, WSI, is so unique. I am so proud to be a member of this org. I mean, you guys, I really believe, and I say this all the time, I don't feel like I work for a company. I feel like this is mine.
yeah. That's
This
beautiful.
platform is
That's the way you should think about any job. And you guys are special. I can absolutely attest. They're super, super special. And what you say is so true. This is what I get excited about. Even looking at the student competition, is they're from all over the globe. I can't pronounce the names. They're from all over the globe, which which I'm sorry, you guys, but amazing. And that's also when we do our best of year projects, which will be on Thursday, literally judging like 1,100, almost 1,200 projects from literally all over the globe. So
wow, wow.
that kind of perspective, it's a joy, it's a responsibility, it's an inspiration, and we do miss not traveling. That's for sure. Well,
Yeah.
you selected a you selected three students that we'll talk about. I wanted to bring up. I think we can bring up some images too. So we're going to start with. I thought this was interesting. The Fala, the the wood chair, and this
That's
kind.
Zosana. Yeah.
Yeah, this wood chair. And tell us why. Tell us why you thought it was special.
First of all, I want to start off with saying I was impressed with all of the beautiful designs you sent me. So this was tough. I actually mulled over it for a couple of days after you sent
Uh-huh.
it before I really landed. And then yesterday, I sort of decided, okay, these are the three. But I want to congratulate each one of you for
Yes.
literally coloring outside of the
Yeah.
lines and taking the risks that you have in design, because that's what's going to propel us forward. So I'm so appreciative and humbled by the amazing work. This particular design, the Fala, I loved because it's about comfort, and I love the way the design was with beech and the dowel rods, because the
Yeah.
dowel rods
Yes.
kind of made that whole sustainability piece that is so important for us at Pottery Barn. So I felt like that was really a big thing. And I love the curves of the chair. I think that it's very sculptural in form,
Yes.
and I love the way the curves hug you when you
Yes.
sit.
Yes.
So it was a functional piece, but an artful piece, and
Yes.
something that I could see, because when you look at a chair like this, you're either thinking dining chair, which is what comes to my mind first off. And I also think of, would it be a great desk chair?
Yes.
And then when I look at a design, I always think about, how will this chair translate in a lot of different finishes? Will it
Mm.
sit with different dining tables? And this particular design, I thought, would translate really well in a lot of beautiful finishes. It would sit with a traditional dining table to counterpoint it. It could sit with a more modern dining table, a glass table. So I think the versatility of its design, as well as its lyrical composition, was very impressive to me.
Yeah, it does feel grown up. I mean, it's a student. It feels it's there's no kitchen in it at all. It's beautiful. Like you said, it's sculptural. I have a soft spot for anything that feels like a sculpture. And it's we ask them to always give us the material selection, But now I think when I was looking at this, I was like, I would love to see her hand making it. So we probably have to add in some process too, because this brings you back to thinking about, like, you know, in Europe, like a craft, like really learning a craft. And I do think that we need so much of that as we have while we're on our high tech systems. We want things that are super tactile and beautiful and sculptural.
Cindy, also what I loved is the photo which we have up on screen right now, where the hand is sort of resting on the arm of the chair and it embraces the soft, gentle curve. It felt ergonomically really comfortable.
Yeah.
So I noticed that as well, because a chair is also a lot about how you sit in it. And
Yes.
at so many levels, I felt like this particular product was something that caught my eye and was exceptional.
Yeah. Yeah. So she's has a very like strong, her own strong language. And I like that there's no kitsch in this at all. So
Uh,
congratulations on the Fala. Beautiful, beautiful job. That was Susanna. Hang on a second. Let me find. That was Susanna from, hang on, let me find her.
Zozana
Yes,
Capron.
Susanna. Yes, yes. There we go, Capron. Yeah, fantastic. Okay, let's go. I do want to, I want to talk about the mushroom series because it was a delight. Tell you first, you tell
I
me
know you
why you would.
struggled with saying Ahmedabad.
Yeah,
Ahmedabad.
please help
You
me.
know,
Please help
the
me.
funny thing is, I
Um,
interviewed there many, many years ago to try and get into that fabulous design school, and I was rejected by them. But
what?
I think it is one of the best design schools in India. And when I saw this
Ahmedabad.
submission,
Okay. Thank
Ahmedabad,
you.
it's
Thank you.
beautiful, really beautiful city outside of, I think, the main area. But I've been there once. But the designs really inspired me because to be looking at mushrooms and all the different forms of mushrooms. And right now in San Francisco and in California, as we're walking around, you see them sprouting with the moisture.
Yeah.
So I see all these different ones on my walks and literally clusters of them. And I
Yeah.
thought, how creative and innovative to be inspired by that. And the range of materiality that was used to use that, to do that expression, whether it was jute or it was the silk shibori fiber, the terracotta, or the
Yeah.
metal. And also, I love the glow that they gave because the glow was literally something that felt luminous and warm. And I think very artful. This is not necessarily task lighting that was developed, but it was something that you would want in your room at night. And it's also a conversational piece, is the way I looked at it. Like each one of these pieces were extremely artful. There were a couple in particular that I responded to, but the series itself was so well thought through.
Yeah. I
And the
thought so.
way the light sort of gave off in a pattern
Yeah.
was fun. I even liked the metal one that could become a spotlight, you know, in a corner of a room. Very,
Yes.
very poetic in its, there it is, in its
Yeah.
expression. And the
Yeah.
finishes again that it takes is so beautiful. It could be a color vehicle. So when I saw this collection, I saw a ton of potential, but also creativity, originality, and whimsy, because design is about whimsy, you
Yeah.
know, and it makes you smile. When it makes you smile, there's a positive sort of emotion that goes through you when you look at it. And that was important.
Absolutely. At interior design, we're always looking at trends and what trends, like how they develop and what that means. And I found it interesting because recently I watched, there's a great documentary on the truffle hunter. These old guys that hunt truffles with their dogs, and then there's also a movie with Nicolas Cage called The Pig, which is also about
Yes.
that. And I said, that to me is a little bit of some sort of back to nature trend, and she caught the essence of that. I don't, like,
Oh, I think
again,
it's, I couldn't agree with you more. It's such
yeah,
a beautiful series of lighting, and lighting
yeah,
is hard to design.
yes,
And to have this range, particularly these two that have been up on the screen out of the
yeah,
series, I think are the strongest. And not that the others aren't, but I just
yeah,
think these two are really beautiful.
yeah. No, so fantastic. When let me try to get Ahmedabad. Is that right?
Ahmedabad. You said it
Okay.
perfectly.
Oh my God. Thank God.
Maybe
Okay.
you and I go there together someday,
You know,
Cindy.
that's the thing. You know, my mother lived in India for many, many years, so I love India. So
When this is over, you and I are getting on a plane.
exactly, exactly. So Sashi Malik, amazing, beautiful, beautiful job. Okay, then let's go to comfort, which, you know, this guy's got a lot of personality. This kid, you know, from
Hussein Matali, yeah.
yeah, Hussein Matali. He's from Iran. I love it. He's like so confident. His picture has his sunglasses. You know what I mean? It's
I
like
love it. So
I
much
know,
too.
I know. So so tell me what you were thinking about.
Okay, so when this came across, it was so interesting to me because my assumption was this is not only a beautiful functional piece, because if it's great sculptural quality, I mean, look at the angles of this chair. And I'm assuming that it's very comfortable to sit in.
Mhm.
And then he worked the light aspect into the ottoman, where the ottoman sort of lights up at night. And look at how that glows.
Uh-huh.
And the way he shot all four of them and put it together, which again makes it a conversational piece. You want to kind of hang out there, but it also becomes sort of a statement chair, which
Yeah.
I love. It looks great in multiples, it looks great in one. And, lately at Pottery Barn, the momentum continues to build around sustainability. It has been for a while. But this past year, we sort of partnered with the Arbor Day Foundation to
Yeah.
donate and make sure we planted a tree for every piece of indoor furniture that somebody bought.
Wow. Yeah, I wanted to ask you. You caught it first. Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that. That's
We've done about I think our pledge is to do 3 million trees by 2023.
oh my
And
God.
that is something that we are very excited about that's happening. When I looked at this furniture design, somehow immediately my mind went to the Arbor Day Foundation. And I thought, this is such a spectacular piece. And I'm very curious. I want to sit in it. I want to
Yeah.
see how it feels.
Yeah.
Uh, but the maturity and attitude to develop this piece as a student and think through the infusion of technology with the lighting in
Yeah.
it, using both of those design aspects so seamlessly, I thought was really nice. And it does kind of speak to comfort. I mean, that's I loved what he named it too, comfort.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. He calls it comfort. Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's sort of interesting. I really like what you said. You want to sit it in and see, like, okay, all right, prove how comfortable it is. But he calls it ergonomic. So, you know, it does look like it would be comfortable. I think a word you used, it was sort of like he's got confidence. You know, there's a confidence to this piece because
this, the scale also.
yeah,
So
yeah,
substantial, it makes you feel like it's very confident. Like I look at that and I'm like, wow, that
yeah, exactly. And also
not
that
present.
he he wanted to do this one other, you know, sometimes those things can get a little too hokey, but the idea of the LED, very, very like this very thin slice. Um,
The counterpoint of the thin LED to the big
yeah,
substantial wood, like all that tension felt really good. I agree
yeah,
with you, Cindy.
yeah, yeah.
It's
So
good.
a big shout out to him too. So let's talk about what you have going on. So you're already on your deadline. You know, it's so fun. You know, I love talking to you about these kind of things because, you know, like I'm on deadline for the next, like I'm on deadline for this right now, meaning it's the best of years going into print. So the minute all of this is over, it's like, oh my God. But, you know, we go from deadline to deadline every month and multiple times, but you are so, you have to go so far ahead. That seems really tough.
Well, it's not tough, it's fun. And we are so blessed and lucky to be in jobs that don't feel like work.
Yeah.
At least to me, it doesn't
Right.
feel like work. I
Right.
wake up loving what I'm doing. But at any given time, the team is working on 4 seasons. So
Mm.
right now, our deadline is on the 17th to present Holiday 2022, which is a massive deadline. And literally, it is like Santa's workshop outside my
Oh my
office.
God.
Um, and that's a very big setup that we do. We light the trees, we make sure everything is perfect, right? But at the same time, we've got a team that's working on spring summer photography because we released that, but now it needs to be photographed for the our assets and for all of our
Yeah.
expressions that we have, our digital expression, our catalog, so on. So that team is working on it, right? We're also in the middle of finalizing fall that we released a couple of months ago, but not every detail is perfect yet. Like, is the color swatch right? Is the finish been approved? Is the
Uh-huh.
costing right? So we're working through that. So as a team is working on a season, they're also finishing up the other few seasons. And then they've got crazy me that's already worried about spring, which
Right.
is in January. So I'm like, can we start on spring? And they're like, hold just 2 weeks, lady, before you start off with spring.
That's what I wanted to ask you. Well, first of all, it is very similar. Even like we're on this, I call it the treadmill. Like we're on the
Yeah,
treadmill. It's a creative treadmill, so that like it keeps going. It's always moving and
yeah.
shifting and shaping. What could you identify? I know there's a lot of things that you love about your job, but like where is it that is like the sweetest spot for you? What do you love doing the most, or a couple things?
I'll tell you, there's a few things I love doing the most. My favorite time of the season is actually this pressure cooker 2 weeks when we put the season together,
Huh?
because the entire team comes together. And there is so much banter back and forth about
Yeah.
what we should magnify, what we should keep, because creativity is about taking a lot of risks and making mistakes, right? Design is about knowing which ones you want to keep and which ones you want to build, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
And I read that somewhere, and that's always resonated with me, which was, let's make sure we edit properly. And
Yeah.
this process of magnifying and editing, I love it. And also because I'm opening myself up for a lot of feedback from the team so that we collectively work on it. My style of working is to be together and march together, which I love. And so I
Right.
love that aspect. The other aspect I love is that just the business that we're in, which is making people's houses into homes and helping them celebrate these milestones, whether it's Hanukkah or it's Diwali or it's Christmas
Yeah.
or it's their first, you know, Christmas together, whatever it may be. I love that aspect of our business. Like, there is nothing about it that you don't want to do, whether it's designing the coffee mugs that you're going to use every day, or
Yeah.
that chair you're hanging out in, or the desk you're using, or the bed, or the beautiful, comfy throw. I mean, one of my favorite things in product is to, when we get to test something and you see whether it's really standing up to its use. I love that. The
It's
part I
wonderful.
also love is the
Yeah.
travel.
Ah,
The travel. You said I could say
mhm.
three things, so there I am. I
There you
love the
go.
travel, and I've been so sad about not being able to
Yeah.
travel
Yeah.
and not seeing all the craftspeople in the factories. Because when we go in, we have the ability to walk into the factories, work with the master craftsmen, and their eye and their ability and their understanding of the medium is so
Yeah.
significantly superior over ours that they actually propel us into doing things that are different. And I miss that
Yeah.
because in the past 2 years, I haven't had that. So I feel like they take us to a different level
Yeah.
when they are in their very humble and sweet way saying, would you like to try it this way? I had another idea. I tried it this way. And you're like, actually, your idea is better.
Yeah.
So let's
Yeah.
go with that.
Well, that brings up two really good messages for the students out there listening. One is that in your career, like collaboration is everything, and being open and listening and seeing different viewpoints only makes your work so much better. The other thing is, having somebody like Monica look at the work, who's trying to think about how something could become commercially successful. Like, you can make something beautiful. I mean, clearly all these kids can make something beautiful, but
Yes.
how does it get into production? How does it become something that can be in many people's homes? It's something that's a learning process and an engineering process, and it's a design process. But having that kind of early in your career, being very open to learning about the making of is, I think, critical for any kind of product designer.
Yes, thank you. I completely agree. And understanding the quality and the pricing ratio is very important because everybody wants to get great quality product at its amazing value. And value isn't just about it being cheap. Value is whether it's going to last with you for a long time.
Right.
And that's where Pottery Barn really stands behind quality. That is one of the tenets that we're very proud of, along with sustainability, is our quality, which speaks to value. And I know that if you're getting a Pottery Barn dining table, it's going to stay with you for a very long time. And I want to make sure that we've engineered it properly, or it has the ability to be an extending table for your expanding family, or for days that you're going to entertain with your friends. So there are all those sort of filters you put product through to make sure that whether you're going to release it into the world, have you thought through all of the filters?
First of all, you're making me think that, wow, I wish we were on like some program where we could switch jobs, because I'm sure I would love what you do. I mean,
Oh, I would love what you do.
I know, you know what I mean? It would be so much fun. But just hearing about the the depth of the issues that you have to deal with when you're making something. I mean, it's literally, it's an education in and of itself. So we're so first of all, I feel very lucky to be around you guys in this way, and to play with you and learn from you, and also to have you support the industry. We're so appreciative. And students out there, uh, hello, the chief. Look at her. She's the chief creative at Pottery Barn, is like loving your stuff. Like that's kind of special, right?
Well, you're very sweet. I think that we all started somewhere.
Yes,
And
yes,
I want to encourage all the talent in the world to do that. Do it with passion, do it with commitment. Designers do it because they love it. Most of
yeah,
us do.
yeah,
And work hard. And I know all those things have been said before, but seriously, they're true. Just put all you've got in it and be flexible, be willing to listen to feedback.
yes,
Sometimes I remember myself, I reflect on myself when I was younger, um, that I would sort of cringe at some feedback. And
yeah,
today I actually solicit it
yeah,
because I know I can
yeah.
choose to keep what I want to,
Right,
but that
right,
feedback is going to make it better. That's why the collaboration is better. That's why
exactly.
the idea generation comes. Like work with your students, your professors, do that and build a better product.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it takes years of experience for sure, but it's not about losing your voice, because as a young person, you're trying to find your voice. It's just how to use the good advice. You have to be around people who are giving you good advice, and how to edit your work, and listen to good feedback and make it even better. So having somebody like Monica, oh my God.
Oh, so Cindy, I think the
Seriously.
platform you're giving everyone is so amazing. And I absolutely loved all the designs that came through,
Yeah. Well,
and such brilliant, brilliant ideas, so many of them.
look, we were proud. It's a hard year, and we were just delighted that we still were getting submissions from all over the world. I have to say that you guys were still out there, like, designing away. And so we're really, really proud of you as students and as future leaders in design. And keep on with your craft. And a big thank
Keep on
yeah,
loving what you're
yeah,
doing.
we ended with the big heart. So Monica, the Chief Design Officer at Pottery Barn, amazing. I can't wait to give you a real hug.
I'll be in New York soon, so we
Oh,
will.
good. So you got to tell me. So we're going
Okay.
to get it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. A big congrats to everybody. Best of year students. You
Congratulations.
kicked
Yes.
off this is an amazing week. Tomorrow is best of year people. Then Wednesday, best of year product. And then Thursday, the best of year projects. Big crescendo this week. It's going to be amazing. I'm so happy to see you all. Congrats. Go forth and design. And I will see you tomorrow at 1:00. Okay. Bye, everybody.